Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
Take us to the final seg, homie.
Ooh. Well, it has been a long time. It has been a long time. Since the last time we spoke, there has been a Thanksgiving holiday that jumped off and a whole week 12 that we talked about ahead of the time. And last time we left y'all, it was, thank God it's Saturday on Sunday.
Word.
My boy DC was damn near crying in a damn press conference about, well, he was crying about how hard that the Raiders are playing and effort that they're giving. Sorry that he's losing, showing how to be a real man. That's how you take responsibility for something, damn it. But in the same damn time as other people who getting kicked out of quarterback homiedom, Zach Wilson, man, I gotta boot him.
Yeah, he's
You can't just not take responsibility, not in New York. When somebody asks you, hey, you feel responsible for losing? I mean, the D was out there balling. Why do you feel? Nope.
All he says is no.
Nope. Where my mom's own girl at? You know what I'm saying? And I can't do that. I just think that you got to have, when I look for that, it's kind of like
quarterback leader, not take all the yeah. I mean, he's a quarterback.
You're a shield.
Yeah,
you have to.
And you take all the good when you're throwing for 350 yards and your team's winning, but you can't take the blame for throwing for 112 yards and turning the ball over and not making good decisions.
How can you not just sit up there and get up there and go, yeah, I put that on me.
Right.
Even if this shit wasn't your fault, how can you not be smart enough to go, man, I put that on me? That was all on me. The guys gave a 1,001% effort, and we gave it everything that we had, and 5 more cliches, but that's on me.
And not many quarterbacks nowadays, or even before, even the arrogant quarterbacks like Steve Young and Joe Montana and freaking Dan Marino and all that, they, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady,
John Elway,
even TB12 will say, yeah, that's my fault. I should have made these plays. Now, maybe I know he has said a few things this year where he's like, yeah, we need to catch the ball, or Aaron Rodgers telling him, hey, we need to catch the ball, or Tom Brady saying, hey, we need to make sure we're getting the ball to the running back more, or whatever. Right. But you're still taking responsibility. And that's a big knock on his character right there for Max. Zach Wilson for not I always call him Max. Zach Wilson for not taking responsibility.
So at the same time, how do you feel about Lamar being highly upset about his own performance? He's a dude who internalizes. He'll get right to the damn podium and be like, I played like shit. I played like boop. Oh, we played like boop. You know what I'm saying? And he'll put it right out there and be like, that's not how we're supposed to get down. That's not what we planned. That's not what we did. How do you feel about dudes like that when he is another dude that's banking on himself in a contract year and he's literally defending himself. Like, he's like negotiating for himself when we're talking about a Raven squad that's, in most people's opinion, underperforming. But I don't know if you can call underperforming 7-4 when everybody is damn 7-4. But they're not doing what we thought that they would do at this point. So what do you think about Lamar and his situation?
I think that's the quarterback that you respect and you can pay, because he's obviously a leader and just wants to be better. And, when we're talking about quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes is the same way, right? He would always say that's on me. I just think Lamar is that guy that you're going to want there. And like we've referenced to, we're talking about the college quarterbacks, Lamar, did you say Lamar puts himself in a situation where he'll straight injury up a lot more?
Well, no, I'm saying that Lamar, he'll get up to the podium and he'll take on everything and say that it was on him. He missed multiple throws. He'll say all of that, but do you want to hear that either, is what I'm saying.
With all the questions that they get asked these days, come on. There's always going to be something. If you could nitpick every single interview that they have after the game, there's going to be some nonsense question they get from the media. It's going to ask them something and it's going to put them on the spot like that. So I'd rather him say, yeah, it's on me before he comes out there to cut those questions off for the most part, the best he can. I have no problem with that. So, either way, and is just in my own belief, even after any game I've ever played, it's like, my big, huge college and NFL career or whatever, or baseball career or whatever, it's always like you could do better, right?
Exactly.
You could always have that self, motivation for yourself, however you played, to play better. So nothing against Lamar at all for saying that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that, these quarterbacks, they have to walk that fine line between being that huge, big head guy, because you have to have that.
Yeah.
And being humble enough to know that you need correction and there is still mistakes that are happening.
To close that out real quick. But one thing I do want to say about Zach Wilson is, or ask you, does it look like he's even having fun playing football? Does it look like he even wants to be there? That's kind of the vibe. And when you answer a question like that, that gives me the vibe that, you know what? I don't think you even want to be here, whether it's New York or whether it's football or whether it's whatever it is. It just doesn't seem like he wants to be there.
And there could be something to that. I thought that I saw a little bit of what I think you're seeing last year in Trev Lawrence. I thought that he was I made a mistake. I don't want no parts of this. But maybe because of all of the shit that was going on in Jacksonville last year, maybe he had all rights to be like, whatever, throw his.
I remember you referencing that last year, homie. We were talking about Trevor Lawrence. You're like, he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to play football. I think you said the exact same thing I just said, or I said the exact same thing you just said about Trevor Lawrence last year. Now that you say that, because I do remember that. But now, like you said, because of the situation with Urban Meyer and all the nonsense going on behind the scenes, I think that might have, in hindsight, I'll go, that might have been his situation. His issue, yeah, for sure.
This dude doesn't look like, he reminds me of, segue, another quarterback who may not be as friendly with some of his teammates currently right now. I alluded to this a little bit earlier. Ex-Seahawks, great Super Bowl champion quarterback, current Denver Broncos quarterback, Russell Wilson, seems like he is in a bit of a pickle. It looks like we just saw what maybe some of the Legion of Boom may have been complaining about. I think we might have just saw it in last week's game with defensive lineman Mike Purcell walking up to him while he's having a little OC QB coach convo about what we're about to do, and says, "Get your shit together," paraphrasing. Okay. Yeah. And let's go. And now, what do we think now? Now, clearly, y'all already have severed the cord with Russell Wilson, but now, outside looking in, Tell me what you think about all of this and the kind of with the Legion of Boom and what they were saying. And now look what.
That's a good reference there, homie. Now that you say that, I didn't even think about that. Didn't think about pertaining it to the Legion of Boom when they were, getting all fired up, and now what they're coming out and saying, right? Because you kind of see the same thing. The weird thing about that is, what did he say? It sounds like they both had the same when they were asked about it after the game or whatever. Like I told him, let's go. And Wilson said, we're all on the same page. Right. We're both fired up. We're both competitors, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's true. And I almost believe it due to the fact that the head coach is standing right in front of Russell Wilson, right? And he didn't even like blink or bat an eye or turn around or nothing.
No.
Which is kind of weird to me too. But the way that guy came off the field and then made the little V line to him after that, was it really part of him getting fired up and saying, hey, or was it, hey, you know what? You tell me to hustle off the field one more time and I'm going to smack you upside your little peasy little head. So yeah, I mean, you know how that most of that time it stays in-house until after, if the Purcell dude, if he gets traded or he gets whacked, guess what he's going to say when he gets asked about it? Hey, remember that time that you and Russell Wilson? Yeah, I told him to fuck off. And
we're gonna hear all about that, and we'll hear about the entire locker room if he ever leaves that team or if anything happens. And I think that we just got a glimpse into, like I said, what has been kind of rumored about this entire time. If you even go all the way back to Golden Tate, and things along these lines, and old storylines that are, Pacific Northwest folklore, Seahawks folklore. Okay. Yeah. There's always been a thing with the guys versus him. And it's not a thing that has been just a local regional news. It's gotten to the face of national people who poke around, and they've heard some of the same things. When you hear a story get past Clayton here and then get to Glazer and Stephen A and some of these other damn dudes, then you know that it's out here, right? So maybe this dude has a character flaw. Is he a force self guy? Yes, I think he is a force self guy 100%, because I think that there is some truth probably to his audible Super Bowl situation. Because the way that the game was going, I think that there's damn well some truth to that. It was a bad night for a lot of people that will remain nameless, but I don't know. It's a bad look. They gonna get Hackett fired. He's one and done. He's lame ducking for these last 5 weeks. There's no way Hackett is keeping that job, especially after not knowing shit earlier on in the year, and then this inept performance from an OC who was supposed to be Aaron Rodgers' golden boy. What?
Right. You almost got Aaron Rodgers to Denver before the Russell Wilson.
So here it is. Denver, John Elway has no patience. Let's cash out Aaron Rodgers for Russell Wilson. It's back on. Rodgers to Denver. It's back on, baby.
I would love that.
It's back on. Well, Russell Wilson moves back to Wisconsin.
I mean, he's like we talked about offline too. I mean, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, is he done in a Green Bay uniform? He says he's going to keep playing until, they're eliminated or whatever. But once he's eliminated, he's already checked out, if he's not checked out already. So
they gave him the money though. Yeah, they gave him the money though. So is he going to try to really force his way out now? So now you have to make deals match. So now are you going to see a blockbuster quarterback trade? I think so. Moving right along, man. Forget all that, man. This stupid stuff went on, man. This week, man, I told you that there's some chock-filled storylines going on for this week. What do we got? 6 division matchups. We got 2 double revenges, and we got the 49ers and the Dolphins going head up. on some we both do the same thing kind of shit. So, there's some interesting stuff going on, man. Where you want to start?
San Francisco plays some defense, right?
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Miami's had some big defensive games this year because I had them for fantasy, a couple nice 20-pointers a couple times, but that is absolutely true. They are very suspect in that my power rank has that game. I don't even know. I must be way off from Vegas, or I'm seeing some stuff that they don't see, or probably they're seeing stuff that I don't see, but I have that game a pick 'em. So either I think that San Francisco is better, or they're thinking Miami's worse.
Well, your power chart is right on then, because you don't really factor in the home field anymore, right? And so Vegas kind of still does, because they have it at -4. So take away the 3, quote unquote, 3 points at home, -1 in favor of San Francisco. I would lean more towards the -1, but really if it's -1, it's really a pick 'em.
Yep.
In my opinion, but I would give San Francisco the favor at home against the Miami.
You have to, right?
You're
Against
and with
the
that
master,
with the travel. What's that?
with the little master, with the Shanahan and Matt Shanahan versus his old assistant coach.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Situation like, I know what you're going to do. I mean,
the Belichick treatment, maybe.
Right. I mean, you got your run style from me and my pops. So, I mean, what do you think that you're going to fool me with?
Yeah. So, I mean, I would definitely give the edge to San Francisco. That's definitely going to be, a good game at 1:00.
Yes, sir.
Since there's not many, like you said, there's lots of those matchups. So,
you want another one?
Yeah,
I got another one for you. Here's another juicy one. How about, because we'll save the real one. Here's one that I'll save a couple of the real ones. Here's one. Number 1 versus number 1. Goof versus Trev.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right, here's another one. There's not a lot of meat on that bone with Goof versus Trev. I do have the Lions 3.5 better than Jacksonville. So that with my power rank would lead me to lean with the Goof man and the Detroit Lions. Shout out to Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. Yeah, I definitely like the Detroit in that game too.
Here's
down to pick them too.
Here's another one. Here's another one, the double revenge. AJ Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tennessee Titans. They are going to feed AJ and blow it up. Are they going to feed AJ and blow it up? I don't know.
Do you think that Vrabel might have a little something to say about that? I mean,
Vrabel definitely's got something to say about that.
He's going to make sure that he gets Derrick Henry the ball 42 times to make sure that they don't have
Eagles going to get the ball once.
Get that opportunity.
Once per half. They're going to get the ball once per half. The time of possession is going to be crazy.
See, that's another. This is one of the games like we talked about before with Philly, how I wasn't really sold on them.
Right.
I don't know if they're from what I saw, it was like 5.5 point favorite at home, and it went down to 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tennessee's that team that surprised everyone last year, and they winning the division. So I mean, they're 7-4, just like you referenced. Everybody's 7-4, except for the Philadelphia Eagles. But this could be one of those games where Philadelphia gets shown what's up, like they did against Washington. Like Washington showed them what's up.
I got it a lot closer. I'd
definitely take my chances on Tennessee money line, or even, I mean, at the least 4.5.
Yeah, that's what the PR tells me. I've got it 1.5. I got a 1.5 difference. There's no way I'd be paying 3 extra points. So I would have to go the other way. Because I would only take Philly if I was getting that 1.5 or 3. Because last year, as you alluded to, we was made out believers. We didn't even know what Tennessee was doing half of last year.
Right.
And yet, top five. And we ain't even paying them no attention, top 5. Like, we're looking at Joe B going, you know what I'm saying? Young Herb getting busy. And like top five. So the defense is there, and I think they got something, man. Do you want, since we just brought up Joe B, Joe B rematching? Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So we got here we go again, rematch.
That's a good one for 1 o'clock too. That was the other good one. With Cincinnati finally starting to play a little bit better. I think Chase is supposed to be back, isn't he? Jamar Chase?
He took off last week supposedly to be 100% prepared for this week.
For this one, that makes sense. So, I mean, that's a weapon. I mean, those guys have the chemistry. So, this dude could come back after being out 4 or 5 weeks, come back with a 12 catch game for 210 yards.
Are you still fronting on the Chiefs, or are you like, they're good?
I mean, no, I think I'm still fronting on them a little bit. I think there have been, if you look, the games that they have like the games that they score a lot of points in, they have Travis Kelce only has like 7 touchdowns, and he scored them in two games or whatever. You got
they got 100 guys.
You don't have Clyde Edwards-Helaire anymore. You got the boy Pacheco, who's coming around. But I don't know. I'm still a Kansas City hater.
If you're fronting on them, who's your number one team in the league?
It's
clearly them. Who do you got? Number one overall.
I go Buffalo, Miami, KC. And KC and Baltimore are a flippy floppy in the AFC.
You're not too far off. All right, you're not too far off. But Kansas City is clearly is the number one team this year. I did
have them as my number one team a month ago, but I've refrained from giving them any credit after their last month.
Yeah, the record doesn't show it, but because they only have 2 losses at this point. So the record doesn't show that they are the best team, number one rated overall, but all of the indicators do. Like you said, they're still successful without Kelce, his most reliable weapon there, being dominant. He's not. It's like everybody's got a little something. Juju Smith-Schuster is somebody again.
Yeah.
If you got 3 names, you're balling over there. Valdez-Scantling is doing all right. Hardman, I don't know, he's been missing for the last couple of weeks. And then they add Darius Toney, who had a breakout week, enough for me to go pick him up. And then he does jack the week after, which is what Kansas City does because they spread the wealth. It could be anybody any week. It was like the old New England Patriots running backs. It's like you don't know which one to get in fantasy because it could be anybody. Without further ado, man.
Wait, no, I got 2 more for you real quick. Actually, I got one, and then you can go to yours because I know where you're going with this. And correct me if I'm wrong. The one before you get to the one you really want to talk about. I know you're fiending to talk about it. Green Bay is at Chicago, so we just talked about Aaron Rodgers a little bit. So that's going to be a fun one to watch to see what happens there because. What kind of media questions is he going to get if Fields is healthy and Fields plays, and Fields can do what he can do, what he's supposed to do? Chicago wins this game easy.
What if Aaron Rodgers doesn't own Chicago Bears?
Hey, there you go. Those are the questions he's going to get asked. So,
that's going to be great.
Let's see. All right, homie. I know you're dying for this one. I know it. I already know where you're going.
Oh man, it's like a dude who just was at the hot dog eating contest and then got to go home, go to the bathroom. The buildup is just so big right now. Oh my God. Man, the Cleveland massage table boys is back in the house wearing brown uniform.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
They took a shower first. So there's nothing dirty with their uniforms, just the name of the team, Cleveland Browns. They're bringing back what was pronounced by Dabo Swinney back in the day, the Michael Jordan of football, Deshaun Watson with everybody. Welcome back. We'll get a round of applause.
You just said welcome back. You did not just say welcome back, Deshaun Watson.
Welcome back, Deshaun Watson. And welcome back to you know what? Millions and millions of eyeballs paying attention. What the hell are you doing? Pregame
Do you think Brissett still has a job if they're 7-4 and not 4-7?
No.
Nope. Because this is what they were waiting. This is what they were expecting the whole time. For Watson to come back and roll and then take them to the promised land after Brissett just got them there with some of the games that they, squeaked out and won, but they didn't squeak out those ones. They lost them. So now all that money they spent, and they're going to put their faith in someone who hasn't played football in 700 days or whatever it is.
Well, I think that was the agreement, just like the old Jeff Saturday situation. I think that was the agreement, and it's and a lot of the post game interviews that I seen him do when they were on the national games, a couple of the night games, in that one comeback that they had. She asked him directly, "Are you prepared to give up your starting spot in week 12, which I guess it was supposed to be week 12. It turned into week 13. I forgot what happened there. It was an 11-week suspension, I thought, but
I don't think the bye week counts.
Oh, there you go. So she asked him directly, and he says, "Oh, no, I'm 100% fine with it. I know exactly what I was facing going in." I remember he said that. So I don't think he's the type that's going to, do all of that. He knew it wasn't his job when he got there. It was the dude's job already. So you hold down the fort, and I think that he did an admirable job. I mean, he did as admirable job as he did for the horseshoe back in the day. I mean, there's no major, huge sparks happening from Jacoby Brissett. It's just, keeping the ship from falling apart. And at this point, if you look at the division and the way that the division is sitting, you've got everybody being 7-4, like I mentioned, including the Baltimore Ravens and the Bengals. So you're 3 games back in the loss column. You got to get some division wins here immediately.
Yeah, they got Houston at Cincinnati.
Yep. And
then Baltimore at home, New Orleans at home, the Commanders at the Commanders, and then at Pittsburgh, Cleveland's final games.
So they got 3. So they've already played 3 of their division games. So they got the next 3 coming up. They've got to get all 3 of those wins, and they've got to show something starting this week. This week has got to be major, big explosions. You've got to see something that you have not seen from the Brownies up to this point. You have to. We know what's there, right? Aren't we expecting for Nick Chubb to be perfectly fine? We're expecting everybody else. We're expecting Myles Garrett to be doing exactly what he normally does. And now we're adding these dudes. Do you know a wide receiver on that team that's not named Peoples-Jones?
Nope.
Okay, I just thought of one. Amari Cooper. And see, that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. So
that they just signed, right? Yep.
Amari Cooper if Amari Cooper doesn't have a 100-yard game, this is not going to go good for Deshaun Watson.
If Nick Chubb doesn't have a 200-yard game, well, he's got Kareem Hunt back there still. So,
but it's Houston. They've already given up. Houston's already given up. Brandon Cook said pregame, I wouldn't give us a chance.
I want nothing to do with this.
Yo, that dude is serious, man. I mean, I love Brandon Cooks, man. Shout out to him, man. He's a former Ram, but that's sad that he's over there. You know what I mean? Why we do people like that? We send him over there. The only person we did right was Marcus Peters. We sent him to Baltimore. He's good over there. But we did Goof wrong. We did Gurley wrong with Gurley love. I mean,
yeah. You're right, though. You're right. Brandon Cooks is one of those guys. I mean, I think this is last year of his deal, so
yeah, he's trying to get out.
Move on up and out, but he ain't gonna be able to get that big wide receiver money because I mean he might, but not with playing in Texas down there. He hasn't got that chance to show off and show out. So
if Deshaun Jackson is still getting money, he should definitely be still getting money somewhere because he was a baller for the Rams in the first year back home.
So do we even want to talk about the game of the week on Sunday afternoon between your Los Angeles Rams and my Seattle Seahawks, homie?
I don't
know if there's much to talk about, but we can chop it up to close this bad boy out.
No. I gotta make an amendment to that statement that you made. It's a shadow of my Los Angeles Rams. This ain't the squad, but it's all good. I'm gonna be out there watching the defense and see how tough they play. Everything that I am watching this week is going to revolve around the defense because that is the unit that's intact to me. So there's no
Aaron Donald.
Well, but I'm saying they're intact for the most part. That will tell me whether the guys are giving up or not, whether the guys are giving up, right? Because it's the difference between getting beat and getting beat. Okay, if you get beat and the man beats you, okay, you shake his hand. But if you beat and you are discouraged, there's nothing you can do. There's no coming back from that. Chalk up the season. I would love, damn it, to go 3-14. Okay, stop playing. If you're gonna play. I'm getting right to it. And we're going to get into analysis after because, look, I wrote this footnote for myself, and I don't want to forget it, okay? Because I wanted to bring this up during hometown plays of the week, but I want to make sure that I don't forget this because I know I will. Have you ever, you know when you go check a matchup, ESPN, you go to the app, and you go Seahawks versus Rams, boom. And then you scroll down, you see what day they play, and then it gives you a little summary right there. And then right below that, you see team leaders. And it says passing, rushing, and receiving. Damn it, it wasn't no name next to K9s. Where there should be a name for the leader in rushing yards for the Rams next to K9, there wasn't shit but a blank-ass jersey there.
Are you serious?
No face, no nothing. ESPN has already decided that it would be graceful to put Cam Akers' 274 stinking ass season yards up there next to K9's almost 800 yards or what have you. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. They don't even want to put our rushing leader in the little box. It's Geno and Stafford. Stafford ain't even playing, but his picture's there. It's K9 and nothing. And then there's probably DK and I can't even remember who's there for the Rams.
At least Yahoo did you a little better. They do have Kenny Walker 61.3 yards, and then they have Cam Akers 30.4 yards. They do have a picture.
Oh.
And then you're right. They have Geno and Stafford. Stafford not playing. And for receiving, they have Lockett, and then they have
Cooper Kupp,
who's not playing.
They're not even playing. But
yikes, homie.
They didn't even put a damn name for rushing. I told y'all we ain't shit for rushing.
And you said that for weeks now.
And that is how bad we are at rushing. Okay, so I'm looking at for this year, I would love to to be honest with you, I would love to do the whole draft thing and get the quarterback and do the start over. I would love that. That's all great. That's all big dreams. But dead serious, we need dude from Texas. Okay. We need Zach Charbonnet. We need one of these running backs, big heavyweight stud dudes, and we need to stop playing. Okay. And because we ain't had one since Todd Gurley.
Muhammad Ibrahim from Minnesota is not bad. He's a baller.
I'm gonna have to check him out because that's where I'm doing all, just like when y'all got K9, and I was super happy for y'all because I knew what y'all were about to land into. Yeah, that's where I'm going back to the well for the Rams this year. I'm looking at who these running backs are, because that's got to be a major concern, man. But wait till you hear these damn hometown plays of the week, man. Tell me what's going on with the Seahawks.
I was just looking at the schedule for the Rams. I forgot that the Seahawks they play now and then they play week 18 also. So
right,
the Seahawks got that. I'm just trying to figure out who the Seahawks have left. Carolina, and then San Francisco at home, and then at KC, and then the Jets at home and the Rams at home to finish it out. I'm saying they're going to have to get a sweep, but they can only lose one of those games, and they can't lose the one against San Francisco. The running game has been trash lately. K9 only has, 2 games over 100 yards, as one of the other games was like 97 or 98. Need to get that offensive line fixed. That game against the Raiders last week, for goodness sakes, the defense was back to the old where they were at the beginning of week 1, 2, 3, and 4, where they're just getting ran all over. They look like freaking USC's defense on Friday night, not being able to tackle a damn person. And when you give up 300 or whatever yards to your running back, multi-purpose yards, you're not going to win many games, and you didn't deserve to win that one. And they lost to the Raiders, which is terrible because that is one of those must-win games. They'd be right there up in the front of the division right now. 7-4 is better than 6-5, and be behind San Francisco's, who's 7-4. Because if San Francisco slips up, then you're right there again, right? But you still have to beat San Francisco in 3 weeks? I said,
yeah.
But I mean, the defense, Quandre Diggs actually got a couple picks. He doubled his whole career total or whatever.
Sideswiped a roundhouse kick too. With the rapid quicks.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that. That's right too. Missed the taekwondo-ish. And then, hey, did you see on the first pick though, where I think it was Darrell Taylor ran out on the field?
Yes, I did.
So hey, you can't, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, I guess. But come on now,
shout out to the 12th man.
Game when you get one of those, he could at least broke it off for a touchdown. But yeah, I mean,
he's taking that 12th man seriously.
The 12th man seriously, he was too. I mean, the defensive back. I mean, those guys like Woolen and Diggs, and
they're shaping up.
They're stepping up.
Don't be missing Kobe Bryant out here, man. He's leading y'all. Yeah. He's leading y'all. Come on, man. I told you that was going to be a good one too.
You did.
Because I was making money off Cincinnati that year.
I think he leads the league in forced fumble or
recoveries or something wild like that.
Some defensive stat is pretty good. Him and Woolen are right up there, so they're doing all right. And hey, I don't want to knock the big guys up front because they probably got tired after chasing Josh Jacobs around. But you got to be able to get those big boys up there, Poona Ford and Shelby Harris and
these dudes aren't gonna have no problem. If we had Rex Burkhead, I would probably think that we might have a chance given what y'all gave up last week running the ball, right?
But you don't have
nothing. We ain't got a shot in the ass, man.
Who's starting quarterback? Is it Wolford or is it the other guy again?
No, it's Bree still. Yeah, it's still gonna be Perkins. Yeah,
is that his name, Perkins?
Yeah, I don't think my man Wolf Wall Street, he's just there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he's like the guy that's gonna be that's a legit backup. I think that Perkins is the guy. That's the backup.
He's just a body off the street. It's too bad they already did the XFL draft. They'd probably be trying to get one of those guys from the XFL that just signed a contract to be playing in the NFL right now. Man, anybody, Luis Perez, we could have get him.
Super Bowl with Goof.
Ben Dunaducci, whatever his name is.
We could still have Goof right now on the low.
Yeah.
For cheap. God, we could have won a Super Bowl and still had Goof on the cheap.
So interesting game. You have to keep me posted, homie, because I'll be making that trek. I'll be driving. But what do you got for your hometown plays of the week? I think mine are gonna baffle you a little bit.
Hopefully, since we don't discuss this, that we don't cross wires. And keeping on the theme of double revenge and being a division game, this is triple revenge. You got division games, and then you got two teams that traded left dude to each other. Okay, Bobby Wagner back in the house.
Go.
Like I told you, that's all you need to know about the running game on our side. So I am telling you zero about offense. I have no idea. Shout out to Ben Skoranek. But
he's gonna be your running back and your receiver.
Yeah, that's right. He's gonna be Cordell Stewart out there.
He's gonna be Josh Jacobs.
Bobby Wagner. Okay, he is not. He's hosting this time, but not back in his old turf. He's hosting to play his old squad for the first time. Let's do it. And we're going to do it like we always do, with some nice, solid Bobby Wagner numbers. This is Bobby Wagner focused, hometown play of the week. Bobby Wagner sets the stage with 10 tackles. You might think, oh, well, that's not out of the ordinary for him. He's always all across the field. That ain't all. 1 sack, 1 interception, pièce de la résistance, cherry on the top, 1 forced fumble. This is Bobby Wagner all day. And if it don't happen, it was supposed to.
Well, I got a few for you here, homie.
Go.
I got the good old-fashioned Kenneth Walker, 21 rushes,
K9,
96 yards, and 1 touchdown. I have the defense is going to get 5 sacks. I think they're most in a game this year is like 3. But they're going to get 5. And then here's the 2 kickers.
2?
No pun intended.
No puns?
Over 3.5 field goals is a given with LA, R, and Seattle. That's a given. And I'm going to give you a final score, homie. 19 Seahawks.
This is good.
13 Rams.
Wow. See,
so they cover.
You're a damn charitable guy, man. I knew you was a charitable guy.
19,
you think we're going to actually get a touchdown? Oh, look at you, man.
I do. And I wanted to go with 19-12 because I would think that there's going to be a mixed extra point. But Gay's too good. He's not gonna miss an extra point. Now he probably will. So it's 19-13 is the score I got for you there.
Looks like an underplay to me, folks.
Yep, that is definitely. I think the under's only at
38,
40, but it might have went down. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, that was wild. But craziness. We covered a lot of shit today, homie. I guess that's what happens when we get out of two weeks off and try to get everything right. Who knows when we'll be back again? We might not see you all till Christmas time. I'm gonna have to get homie to get if I even get a day off. I think I might get Christmas off. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know shit. I've barely talked to these people. I've got all emails and they just say get ready. So
well, hey, look, sometimes when you go away, they miss you a little bit more. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And we might just go to the exclusive 2 times a month, bi-monthly on the, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned because the schedule is being formatted, you know what I'm saying, for all of this to happen. and for everybody to get on right. The future is now. Yeah,
and
big things, big stew.
And Chris's internet was, the producer's internet was a little shanky. He's over here in the good old Tri-Cities now, so his internet's a little shiesty like mine. So
there goes the network.
Shout out to the producer, because he's working on some big things personally in his life. So congrats to him. And then he's working out, when he does big things in his life, guess what that means? Big things in our life is going to be kind of tagging along a little bit. So like you said, homie, we're be bouncing around and getting stuff rolling. So
I'm trying to get one of those the press pass out there for the Major League. I'm trying to be a Major League Baseball reporter, and I'm just gonna show up out there at baseball season, and then y'all give me a Sports Fix with Stix press pass, and I will be at all of the home games, analyzing the current farm situation down there.
For the Tri-City Dust Devils, aka the affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels. So yeah, we're working on some things. Like I said, who knows? We'll be back. We'll make it happen one way or another here sooner or later. But we appreciate it. Listen, but before we get out of here, I do have to say one more thing. RIP to Gaylord Perry. I know he's only a Mariner for 1 year, well, 2 years, but RIP Gaylord Perry, and our best wishes go out to Pele.
Thank you.
Getting his not getting chemotherapy is not working for him anymore, so he's kind of under the weather a little bit. So shout out Pele. Wish you all the best. But before we get out of here, homie's got something for you. I know he does. He always does. We appreciate y'all listening. We'll be back sooner or later. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast platform. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. You know what you need. It is the holiday time, and t-shirt here and there for the fam is good. So get something on there. Check us out on YouTube, Sports Fix with Stix and Now It's Big Homie. Subscribe and smash that like button. I already referenced in the beginning of one of these episodes. We need you to help us out a little bit, so we'd appreciate it. Hit us up, get us going. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me at Stix015. Follow this guy, Now It's Big Homie, at HomieScoreAnonymous. Check out all my previous tweets by using the hashtag Stix and Sports. Use the same hashtag for Homies tweets. You'll see all of our tweets there. Check them out. So tell us what you think. Hit that like button there as well. So we appreciate y'all listening. We'll be back sooner than later. And I think that's all I got. What you got, homie?
Man, hopefully we'll be back sooner than later, and we'll talk to you, at you, and everything else. But look, observation time. Sometimes you go to the store and you realize, damn, man, I haven't seen this in a long ass time. I seen plexiglass over shit at the store. Now, I grew up in the hood, and I'm used to passing money through the plexiglass and shit and getting a Snicker bar and a Twinkie back. Dude, I work way too hard to be a grown-ass person asking for somebody from behind a glass. Come on, man. This is like standard operating procedure now with all of these boosting ass motherfuckers. At first, you couldn't trust people in the hood. Now you can't trust people anywhere. This is fun.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.